Hello and welcome back to Pathologic Classic HD. To return to where we left off from, we just attempted to explore the abattoir and were rather rudely interrupted by a number of butchers who proceeded to beat the living shit out of us. We were then rescued by a bunch of soldiers from Alexander Block's military, the fabled military that have finally arrived. Here we are in the military compound, or the base, which is actually the town's hall.
Security must be tightened. Yes.
I'm glad that you've made it, Bachelor Dankovsky. What were you doing in the abattoir? I was looking for you. Is that so? Ex-Governor Sabarov told me where to look for you this night. I seek your advice. What have you discovered about the epidemic? Can it be stopped, and what can the army do to that end? The Inquisitor is my enemy. Evidence mounts by the hour. I have no further desire to listen to my enemies. Dogs should never trust a cat, fire should never trust water, and I, a battlefield general, will not trust an Inquisitor. General Aglaia Lilich is my ally. She has aided me no less than you have. I have no desire to be part of your conflict. Do you have any idea how many traps the Inquisitors spin into their webs? The truth will be wild beyond your wildest expectations. Well, I am not a puppet. I suspect, however, that I've already been made into one. I suspect that even the words I'm uttering now are merely a part of her calculations. I think you're exaggerating. I feel a fighting man in you, someone who thinks before he strikes, someone who takes responsibility for his blows, who chose a worthy opponent and is capable of vanquishing it. We are two warriors. It is our task to deal with the evil threatening to spread across the whole country from here. Consider me to be your friend.
Whose will was it that sent us to this plague-ridden hellhole? We're needed at the front line.
Tell me, Alexander, what are your intentions concerning the Polyhedron? That terrible structure on the other side of the river? Terrible. Don't you like it? How does it even stand upright? That's what I'm trying to find out at the moment. And what's inside? 1,000 children, give or take. They're hiding from the infection. And who is looking after these children? That's the point, no one is. They might try all sorts of tricks. If they try anything massive and disruptive to public order, we'll have to subdue them by force. Don't worry, no one's going to shoot them, but you have to agree that the rascals deserve something more persuasive than a simple spanking. I'll try and keep them from doing anything rash. Why do you bring the subject up? I want to ask two things of you. First, do not disturb them with your attention, leave that to me. And second, should they try anything stupid, such as? I don't know. If you hear strange sounds from that direction, or if they send messages, just anything, just consult me first. I'm staying here until the end. Very well, you have my word. Thank you. Well, this leaves us in an awkward position of not really knowing where to go next. I wonder where it'd be most useful to go. Town drills into the back of the earth. Oh! Lara, Yulia, and Anna all have urgent business. And Victor Kane has a letter for me. Oh, they all have urgent business, right. Aglaia's invitation. Because of what happened yesterday, I can't help but feel worried about you. Please don't rush headlong into your independent investigation. Keep in mind that the army is a force to be reckoned with, and any mistake may well be our last. What we need to do is wait and collate our observations. I will be waiting for you in the cathedral. I wish I could start this letter on a happier note, Bachelor, but I am utterly crestfallen. There's hardly a more harrowing discovery than to look back on the life you've lived and see how little you've managed to do. I'm almost out of time, and the only thing I want is to pass whatever it was that gave meaning to my existence onto somebody else. Unsurprisingly, I see no better man to confide in than yourself. Please come to me when you can. P.S. I hope that the tower will open up before you. It is very important. Lara's note. Please do come to the shelter. I know how preoccupied you are, how exhausted, but matters of great importance. Hope this will be the last thing I ask of you. Your Lara. Bachelor, I sincerely urge you to see me at the Willows as soon as you can. We have serious business that needs taken care of. Pay no heed to those slandering at me, everything is different now. The fact of the matter is, we have an opportunity to save the life of one of your closest associates. from Anna Angel. Yulia, allow me to invite you to the traversal, Bachelor, for your own benefit, of course, since the matter I'd like to discuss is bearing on yesterday's happenings. Sorry. Make haste, Bachelor. Time is of the essence. 3 more parties are playing this particular game, and we may find ourselves easily outpaced. Luricheva. Where to head to first? Probably go over the water and talk to Aglaia and to Victor. Something seems to be amiss there. Fuck, what was that? Oh god. As you may have gathered, things are not going well. Well, I don't know. The army's sent out their people in force and they are shooting anyone that comes by. I've gone the wrong way. Jesus. They're just shooting people in the streets now. I can't help but feel that this is not too dissimilar to revolutionary Russia of the era. Fortunately, the disinfectionists don't seem to have a problem with me just yet. Much like the arsonists, I think they only attack if you show signs of infection. But at this point, I'm really wondering how long that will be. Every gunshot sends me nervous. Be awfully careful about the soldiers here. Rats everywhere, and the bridge is on fire, of course. Okay. The flamethrowers do make me nervous. I don't really like what they have in store. Fuck. Oh no, not an angel. No, this is not going well. Okay. We've only got 10 hours to complete the quests of the day today, so we're gonna have to really hurry. First, let's see Victor.
Yes?
There you are, Bachelor Dankovsky. You see, I wanted to avoid all the unnecessary sentimental talk. It has come to be that the Canes are getting ready to sleep. It will only come to be that only Maria will rise from that sleep. If you leave us, we will probably perish. What does that mean? Are you intending to die? We are back at a starting point now. We deal with the issue of death differently. When the original identity is extinguished and an entirely new one arises in its place, is that death? Is madness not a form of death? Is loss of memory not the true death? That's just philosophy. Surely you didn't summon me here for that. Indeed. You see, I am out of means to influence my son. Now that the town is occupied by soldiers, he is going to turn the Polyhedron into a fortress under siege, which will infuriate the army. I fear that his ill-advised actions may result in the tower's destruction. How can it be prevented? The Polyhedron conceals a secret. It is unknown whether it came to be by accident or as part of some ingenious design, but it works. I don't know if it will be revealed to you. I would like you to go inside and convince yourself of the truth of my words. That is my desire as well. If you succeed in gaining little Caspar's confidence, I ask you to do one last farewell favour for our family. Help me make peace with my son. Convince him to listen to me. And what do you want him to do? When the time comes, and it will come in as little as 2 days now, children must leave the Polyhedron. Otherwise my daughter Maria could die. And my Georgie's passing would also be in vain. Why would Maria die? Because she will then be forced to become my successor, to take up what I currently guard and thus condemn herself to death, and our family to extinction. Maria will die, and the wondrous spirit whose memory which we have so carefully passed on will vanish into nothingness. I don't understand. Do you believe that it's possible to manipulate reincarnation? No. Not only do we believe in it, but we have successfully practiced it for 5 generations. Don't ask me about the details, that would be too naive and beside the point. I beg of you, convince Caspar to open up the Polyhedron when the time comes. Well, I will try. It is my long-time wish to see inside the Polyhedron. The canes get curiouser and curiouser by the day. Well, let's stop by the Polyhedron. But first, let's stop by the cathedral. See what Aglaia has to say. We should probably deal with our hunger at some point as well.
So this is what Block has in mind. Is he noble enough to disregard his personal feelings?
I have disturbing news. Barak has disappeared. What do you mean? He went into the Tower in my assignment, and has still not returned. Problem is, I had special hopes for that assignment. He was supposed not to only report to me about the inner workings of this abattoir, if you will, but also bring one other thing. And what thing was this? Panacea. Today, Barak was going to perfect a remedy that would heal anyone sick with a sand pest, however grave their condition. That sounds... it's not true. The final remedy formula was completed the day before yesterday. Can I count on you? Only if you drop the act and start telling me everything. It's not just about the Panacea. Barak is much more significant than many would care to admit, including himself, perhaps. Could you please inquire about him? I don't doubt his word, but he could have run into some unforeseen danger because of his invention. Do you understand? I don't know if I can make it inside the abattoir, unless perhaps you provide me with military support. Getting soldiers is not so simple. They won't listen to me, and Block, who seems to have no intention to listen to me either. I'm not asking you to descend into that underground pagan shrine. Just inquire about Barak if you have the opportunity. That's not hard to do. So, let's climb this Polyhedron. I wonder what Caspar has to tell us. I know he's a bit of a rebel child, but I can't help but feel that he will eventually take up his parents' and his family's mantle. I note that he's one of Barak's adherents or bound, rather than one of mine. Which implies that he's got something to do with the rejuvenation of the town according to the Earth, as it, at least more so than the town according to the utopian dream. But I suppose we'll find out exactly about that soon enough. Dogheads. Fortress is off limits. Khan's orders. You carry sand dirt on your snakeskin coat. Brought you important news. Tell us, we'll get the others. Tell them there was a man who needed to get inside the agate pit.
Our Polyhedron trembled when this monster was dragged in. Tell them to go away.
Bachelor Dankovsky, you were quite eager to examine the Polyhedron, weren't you? Indeed I was. I'm ready to negotiate with you now. I'm ready to hear you out. We need weapons. Artillery, I presume? Kindly spare me your sarcasm. I need several military rifles, ammo included, obviously. I've been told that they are long range and very precise. May I inquire as to why you need them? Aglaia is closely in touch with Block, isn't she? No, as far as I can understand, they hate each other. So far, each of them's been pretending the other doesn't exist at all. Well, Block has to be communicating with someone, right? He's been told as to how many children there are in the Polyhedron. If you insist, I can actually mention it to myself when I get a chance, just so that you know. Oh, so the two of you are on equal terms? No, I wouldn't say so. If Block finds out there are more than 1,000 of us in here, he'll think twice before storming the place. If he finds out why we're armed, it'll only take a couple of shots to convince him. Wouldn't you agree? So you're going to bluff, aren't you? I am. If you get us the rifles, we'll get you into the Polyhedron. Actually, kick it up a notch. We'll show you the boon that fate has granted us in detail. It sounds tempting. Well, I've processed your request. I'll be back with news. 5 rifles. Apparently Khan wants to play soldier. Maybe a child, but he speaks in a manner beyond his years. What could he possibly want with 5 rifles? I refuse to believe he'd be so irresponsible as to exchange fire with the entirety of General Ash's artillery. General Block. Anyway, regardless, if it's his 5 rifles that will get me inside the tower, then so be it. How the fuck do I get out? Okay, 5 rifles it. 5 rifles it is then. I have 2 already spare, but I think I'll need some more if I am to win over the Khans. Seems an awful lot though. I'm not sure exactly where I'll get 5 rifles from, short of killing the military people myself. And that does not seem like an excellent idea. Oh, jeez. Oh no. Everything's falling apart. So, as we venture back, it'd be useful for us to go and pop by the houses of these 3 noble women. Oh no, 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 no. I think we just about got away with that one. Oh no, no, I can't afford that out now. That's getting up onto silly prices again, and I don't really have a lot of gold to spare. I'm anticipating I might need a lot. Okay, let's visit each of them in turn. Before we carry on, I'm just going to have a quick chat to the soldiers, see if they talk. They don't. They have nothing to say to me. They want barter, unlike the town guardsmen. Let's see what Lara wishes to tell us.
I think I'm fading. My clothes are worn into holes.
Please, don't be surprised with my strange request. I need a pistol, and it must come with bullets, or whatever it is that they shoot. Oh my, yes, it's bullets. I've asked everybody, even the changeling. You know that tiny pistol she carries around? It looks very handy, it's just what I need, but she wouldn't give it to me. She said she has plans for me, that she requires my life. And why do you need a pistol? I can't tell you, I just want a weapon. Yes, I'm scared of these soldiers, but it really has to be small, like Clara's. I won't be able to handle a big one, so I'll miss. I'll reward you, I'll give you whatever it may cost. Here, look, I saved up. Lara, I don't like this at all. Oh, it's not like you're my husband or older brother, are you now? If you won't bring it to me, I'll just ask the Haruspecs. He's less squeamish. And I can give you a very rare and valuable thing in exchange. That thing from yesterday. Remember? Panacea. Fine. I'll get you a pistol. However, I don't think that Lara is the type that could accurately fire a gun. Let alone carry off murder. It's almost 4 PM. The day is wearing on me quickly. And I must be careful. One advantage of not having seen anyone in such a long time is that when they finally come back... 6. I finally do see them again. I've got a lot of stuff in stock to trade and barter. Okay. Turn 4 PM.
My chest seems to be filled with cotton wool.
So nice of you to drop by. What did your visit to the military reveal? Did you get to meet Alexander the Great? Was he a man of astute mind, victorious of vigorous imagination, and refined sense of humour? Please, be as sincere as possible. The subject is of significant interest to me. Why? My field of inquiry is ever the same. I'm testing a theory which concerns what I refer to as the tripwires of fate. You know, I am a bit of a fatalist, don't you? Anyway, in order to further test my hypothesis, I will require your assistance with one of my enterprises. Apart from its sheer scientific value, the whole business will rid Laura Rebel of whatever it is that is troubling her. Moreover, with a little bit of luck, an innocent life will be saved. Oh, really? Wait till you hear this one. Lara Rebel conspires to assassinate the commander. She is so naive, our Lara, barely able to keep her operation a secret. Half the town is aware that she seeks to purchase a firearm. No one would sell her one, of course. And why has she chosen such a target? Ludicrous, is it not? Man was wounded 4 times at the Karstov fords, which did nothing to impede him. He emerged a victor, regardless of the grenade fragment which sat bone deep in his flesh. And there she is, expecting a hero such to be killed by a pellet which would hardly suffice to put a dent in his uniform. That's not what I meant. What is her problem, the commander? Perhaps she believes that he represents a kind of universal evil. An ultimate annihilator who has arrived with the only purpose of reducing the town to rubble. If only he was killed, Lara thinks, it would provide us with a much-needed delay. After all, the medicine was already researched, she thinks. Was it, though? I don't know. Just wait till you've heard it all. The commander was informed by some unknown benefactor that there will be an attempt on him soon. Along with everything else, the note contained a request. If the assassin proves to be a woman, she must not be killed. The weapon of the assassin, the note said, will be a harmless toy, and whoever wields it will not deserve anything more than a short-term imprisonment. I don't understand. What would that be for? It's well known that Block is chivalrous as they can. If the hapless assassin is guaranteed safely, the unknown correspondent has promised to let the commander know the name of the culprit and therefore spare him the tiresome necessity to seize every single person to appear within firing range. I don't think you'd be too disappointed to learn that the letter was written by none other than Anna. That dirty creature. Don't be too harsh on her. She is a thespian, a child eager to entertain her whims. The assassination will be an utter fiasco. The military will be forewarned, and the gun that Lara has obtained will not fire. They will treat Lara as they treat women they believe to be hysterical or deranged. They're just going to lock her up. But what does Anna have to gain from all of this? What's her deal? No, Yulia, you're not being entirely honest. Ask her if you don't believe me. Anna's eccentricity is borderline hysterical. She's scared, perhaps, and eager to get on the good side of whoever she believes to be holding the most authority. Very well, but what does this have to do with testing your fatalistic theories? The commander wants to know who the woman is. Just tell him the assassin is me. Tell him that whoever comes to shoot him with a weapon that does not fire is merely a madwoman keen to sacrifice herself for me. The reason I have plotted an asinine scheme like this is that I need to be placed under house arrest as soon as possible. I'd rather not tell you why I need that. Under house arrest? And what will you do if they shoot you? The man who won the Battle of the Fords is going to shoot me? Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing at all to fear from him. Because you are a fatalist and therefore not afraid of death, right? Don't lie to me, Yulia. This is dangerous. This is the best option. Still. I know Lara too well. No one will be able to stop her. She will find a gun sooner or later. On the other hand, your cooperation may net you Anna's Panacea in addition to my own, since Anna was the third person offered a vial. I don't know. This is too silly. There's no reason not to worry. The whole affair will hurt no one. Quite the opposite, in fact. Everyone will benefit from it. Everyone, including yourself. I don't really need this vial of Panacea, you see. I may be very easily persuaded to hand it over. Very well. You've convinced me. Yulia playing with fate doesn't sound like a very good idea at all, but let's see what happens. Let's go and pay Anna a visit, and let's see if Burak is still at the abattoir. I anticipate he will be. The streets seem eerily quiet now. I know Aglaia had a big hand in bringing order everywhere, but this is dying. The soldiers are not trustworthy, I don't think. But hey, at least there's less chaos in the streets. At least nobody's dying immediately. So, that's one bonus, I suppose. Stop teasing the soldiers, they don't have a sense of humor. Have you seen General Block already? I have. What's he like? Does he really have long metal teeth? He's a person just the same as you. Great, that means he can be killed. Do you think I could ask for an audience with him and secretly bring a dagger with me? Will I make a good killer? And how would you lull him into a false sense of security? I'll try to seduce him, and if he remains passionless, I'll pretend to be a petitioner. I'll kneel before him, crawl to him as if I was trying to grab his hand, and then I'll pierce him with the dagger right through the heart. You wouldn't reach his heart. Oh my. I need some shotgun shells. I think I need to sell some of the stuff. Because having a shotgun and some shells to use it with might be really useful. The gunshots always unnerve me. Oh god. Okay. Let's see what's going on then. Anna, Angel, you have a lot to answer for.
Have you met ominous people in circus costumes here?
People are supposed to help each other. That I believe firmly. You may perish yourself, but should you help your fellow being, extend a hand today to thy neighbour and he will do the same to you tomorrow. And even if he doesn't, so what? Give his own virtues will be his consolation all the more. I know about your scheming. Explain yourself now. I'm no trying to wheedle your way out of it. There's no other way to stop our precious little Lara. Have you spoken with her? There you go. You see, she is slightly out of it. If I don't give her this toy, she's just going to get a real one and fire it. Better she be arrested by our noble General Ashes than shot by one of the guards. So you say your pistol is only a toy? Dubious, all this. Hey, it's just girls' business, alright? Anyway, I wanted to do a good deed for once. Wash away my old stains, so to speak. And that's what I get in return. You won't even appreciate my sacrifice. And I promise to give you the Panacea, the sample that I got from Vlad the Younger. Fine, give me the little thing, and I'll deliver it to Lara. We've got the Derringer pistol? Where is it?
My hair is disheveled and coming out.
Well, have a rat, Anna. Suits your personality. Okay, let's try and get into the abattoir and perhaps give it a bit of news to Burach. Let's see if we can find him. 4:30. Within 2 hours we've managed to do most of what we need to, I think. But we still need the rifles. That I'm not sure how to get. Bread. This is a lot of gold. Okay, that'll do. I hope that this amount of rations will last us. Okay. Let's get inside. The streets are cleaned up again. People have returned to their homes. I think the plague's nearly burnt itself out, but at the same time, everything's far too quiet. This is a ghost town now. Right. So I'm now going to go on a bit of a Panacea rampage. So that's 3 jars of vials of Panacea that I've been offered just now. That's an insane amount. That's 3 more people that I can cure completely of this plague. Combined with my current vial of Panacea and all the children's powder, that will mean I can cure 8 people. 8 lives saved. That should be enough to cover everyone that I need to save. At least I hope it will. Where would Burak be? Oh, that's convenient. It's nice to see that you survived, Oina. Clea Lilith has lost track of you. She asked me to tell you that she was worried. I have nothing left to offer her now. Tell her that I've descended underground. I've met with Thor Minoyan. So far, he refused to tell me what I want to hear. I don't like his riddles and half-truths, and I have a suspicion that he's a villain. Are you going to go there again? Yes, of course. Through that abyss lies the only way back. Can you find out something for me? This is very important because obviously I won't ever get inside. You need that to beat the epidemic. You told me that was the reason that you went underground yesterday. That's right. And speak, Oina. In this we are on the same side. A friend told me that the abattoir has an underground passageway which could explain the origin of the disease. Now that is curious. Underground passageways. Yes, I'm convinced that the bacteria originated underground in the soil. If that is so, it's very bad. Why? This means that the disease is dissolved in the ground, everywhere under our feet. No, Vlad the Younger claims otherwise. I suspect that there's a sort of shaft or cavern under one of the buildings here. Some spot where the filth is built up. I see. I'll find out what I can, Oina. Your words have guided me to an interesting idea. I hope to see you shortly. I suddenly get an uneasy feeling. I'm being offered 3 jars of Panacea so readily. It seems too simple. I suspect there's a problem in this somewhere. I suspect something is amiss. After all, this game does not usually give its secrets up so readily, and I worry that perhaps we're walking into another trap. Of course, there's no way to know for sure, but still, I don't trust things not to go wrong. It's part of my general life philosophy, I suppose, but also in this, I really don't trust things not to go wrong. Hey kid, you got bullets? Apparently you do. Excellent. Need to make sure that this guy survives at least one more day. I wonder how many more have become infected though that I just haven't realised. Okay. Should be a good supply of bullets to last us a while. We have over 60 bullets. 60 rifle bullets, 18 revolver bullets, a couple of shotgun shells. That should last us enough. Hopefully just enough. It's already 5:30. We are running out of time. Okay, do you have powder? No. Jeez. Stand down, soldier, he's dead. Fuck. That went south really quickly, didn't it? Right. Okay. Let's go give this to Lara, hopefully. I don't know what's gonna happen to her, but I need the Panacea, it's more important.
Have you seen the cannon? You can hit the moon with it.
Take it. It's a double-barreled pocket pistol. If luck is on your side, it may penetrate plywood. Thank you. Here's the thing I wanted to give you since yesterday. The exchange is unequal, but thank you anyway. Perhaps I'll bring it back to you soon. Panacea. Deed is done. Everyone chooses their own fate. I'm gonna go tell Anna about this and hopefully net myself one more Panacea. Do I feel slightly guilty about enabling this? Yes, of course I do. But at the same time, nothing useful. But at the same time, the Panacea is more valuable. Right. So useful to have people to trade with again. I need a supply of at least 10 tradable items, so I'm gonna keep 10 needles in my inventory. Just in case there's one more powder. But at the moment I'm a little bit starved for bullets. Are you kidding me? That's probably a better trade. Ferromycin, I've got enough monomycin to see me through the rest of the game, I hope. 7 shotgun shells, that's enough to be getting on with. Okay. I feel really bad, I need the ferromycin, but I'm running out of needles. think that's really as much as I can afford right now. I know you've been told that I am a witch, not a saint. I may have even told you I am the sand pest itself, wearing the masquerade of flesh and blood. They certainly must have told you that I save the castaway and condemn the ingenious. They say that I break the courageous and force them to submit to the plague, but let me tell you one thing. Saints and miracle workers are always covered in blood and filth. Their acts are not necessarily incomprehensible to the common folk who expect kindness instead of good courtesy and instead of love. This is not who I am. I know what will happen in 3 days. I will be able to avoid the contradictions that keep you and the Haruspecs in the dark. Remember, I will perform a miracle in the end. I will perform it with the help of the outcast and the evil. Bad Grief the thief, Foreman the villain, Alexander the cruel, Katharina the deceived, Lara the vengeful, Yulia the unbeliever, Anna the egotist, Aspiti the heathen, and Reuben the oath breaker. They will survive in order to die, and upon dying they will claim life everlasting. I need them for the miracle to work. Remember that. Clara. Clara's telling me her list of adherents, I believe. Oh, hey, look. Bag with a rat in it.
Whose child was crying there?
I've delivered the pistol to Lara. It is done. And here's the reward. See, I'm giving it to you. I part with it as easily as I acquired it. Well, do you admire me? I'm positively charmed. Still don't like you, Anna, but hey, Panacea. Without a doubt, the most useful item that I could possibly have ever acquired from you. Drugs. 3 jars of Panacea, 4 children's powders. 7 people, potentially, to be saved. We can do this. Right. So, now we go to the town hall to tell Locke of the troubles. If he goes to arrest Yulia, then we can deal with that then. Fuck me. Every stray bullet's really, really makes me nervous. Alexander Block.
We fought a just, defensive war, and now they want to turn us into a punitive expedition, into corpsmen.
I need a few rifles. What for? Personal needs. No, I do not understand. What kind of needs? Don't you trust me? Perhaps I could make an exception and issue firearms to a civilian, but in order to do so I need to know exactly what they are going to be used for. Self-defense. For self-defense, I am willing, out of deep respect, to issue 1 rifle and 3 clips to you, personally. Thank you, that's very generous of you. Give me 10 clips.
I'm feverish.
There's going to be an attempt on your life. Have you been told already? I seem to have found myself in the middle of a funny story or someone's idiotic practical joke. I received a letter, clearly penned by a deranged woman, who warns me of some sort of vigilante in a painfully high-strung manner. Vigilante is herself, right? No, the vigilante is a much more significant woman. There are only 1 woman in this town, and if she chooses to try for my life, so long may. But I don't think she would use such extravagant means to achieve the end. Her name is Yulia Lyrcheva. She suffers from a neurotic condition. Fine. I send riflemen there immediately. to be under the house arrest until I have time to make closer acquaintance. One more thing, the gentler half of the town community is already abuzz with the news. So should any overexcited lady come here, I understand. She'll be treated with the utmost respect. I will talk to her and do my best to set her right, but if she turns violent, she will be locked up. Thank you, Commander. Okay, well, we've done what the women asked for. I mean, can't help but feel that some of this is a bad idea. Block doesn't seem like a bad person at all, but perhaps his tactics are heavy-handed. There's quite a few dead people in the streets already, but how different is that to how it was before? I have a bad feeling about this. Who's after me? Oh, fuck. Oh god, that's not a good idea. Oh dear. Taking a hit to the reputation with this. That's very odd though that they all went to attack me. Did I just kill 3 soldiers for no reason?
I keep forgetting the most basic things these days.
I got the jitters. What with all this excitement. Fortunately, everything seems to have worked out just as it was intended to, if for a single minuscule blunder. And what blunder is that? Shots were fired. What was that all about? Your new friends fired at me. Did they now? You were perfectly able to defend yourself, I presume? Julia, just be honest with me. Why are you doing this? My calculations were compromised by a factor I could not anticipate. Apparently, it's best not to involve you in any affairs that have to do with fate and the diversity of its manifestations. I owe you a vial of Panacea then, don't I? Exactly. Well. And we'll find better use for Panacea than most of these people will. So, I mean, I guess that's one thing. Now I've got... how many guns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Fuck. Ah! Six guns. Well, this gives me time now to go back down to see Khan, give him some guns. My reputation apparently actually didn't take too much of a hit, so I mean, that's one good thing. What can the common man do against the infantry? Please don't shoot me. I really don't want to get caught in your crossfire. Oh, screw it, let's just dip into the store. They might even have something new to sell us, who knows. Do you have any needles? He's got a bullet and some needles, that's useful. Army boots, for far more than I have. Repellent cloak. I've got one of those already. Cape repellent, I've got one of those already. Army boots. Could probably do with some of those really, but I don't currently have the money to pay for that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my god. Hello, Aglaya.
I haven't slept for 3 nights in a row. I don't think I'll manage another one.
My yesterday's visit to the abattoir was unsuccessful. Yes, I'm aware of that. Well, we're all making a gamble here, but Burak has agreed to help me out. The residents of the abattoir accept him as one of their own and aren't as hostile to him. I'd even go as far as to say that he's on good terms with the people who manage his biorhythms of that stone belly. Does he go there regularly? Yes, several times a day. You can learn everything we need from him. Good. I have my own plans in that regard. May I inquire as to what those are? It concerns the origins of the bacteria. I'll find out in due time.
There is an eternal order that fate itself has predetermined. It is due to this order that things happen the way they should, following a preordained path.
Power can take very different shapes. Are you talking about Block? I never imagined that he hated me so much. Why? What did I ever do to him? I was expecting some instinctive resentment as part of the age-long conflict between the military and the Inquisition, but Block, it seems, would happily have my head on a platter. He saved me yesterday. So I've heard. It'd be rather ridiculous to deny his courage. Whatever he is a master of his trade. Quite. Don't you think a situation like this would be infuriating to a clever commander like him, who is also the troops' undying loyalty and armaments, such as been shown to us? Free to surround, to die, but never to fire. Until you, Aglaya, declare that the town is saved. Understandably, he resents the situation and extends that resentment to you.
So this is what Block has in mind.
The
Is
power,
he noble enough to disregard his personal feelings?
the power of knowledge will always find a way to trump the force of arms, and I hope to demonstrate that to the military on no uncertain terms, with your kind assistance, of course. How may I help you? First of all, you could collect the detailed data on the peculiar structure, the Polyhedron. That was exactly my plan. Don't worry, I'm already working on it. Wonderful. Let everyone do what they are best suited for. Mysticism is for the mystics, the depths of the earth and their relics for the true believers, and the intellectual paradoxes for the intellectuals. The abattoir will reveal itself to Burnak, while that strange tower, I believe, will reveal itself only to you. That's what I am hoping for as well. I was just going to discuss this with Victor Kane. Found Burnak and relayed your request to him. What did he say? He said he has nothing to tell you for now. He's going underground, drawn by the echoes of some events connected to his father's death. Ah, how untimely. We may have to resort to using a blind pawn. Yes, I'll give that changeling a chance. Could go well. I'm grateful to you, Dankovsky, and deeply indebted. My errand must have cost you dearly. Well, Obviously, I'm almost broke. Yeah. Money. So, let's deal with this final quest of the day. Giving these guns to this kid. Judging by the walking speeds, oh my god. Judging by the walking speeds of the main characters, I can only assume that they have very small legs. That joke was rudely interrupted by more gunfire. I feel that's quite a potent metaphor for this game. No, just let me in.
Our polyhedron trembled when this monster was dragged in. Tell them to go away.
What's my sister up to? Did she really try to remove us from here? I brought the guns you asked for, Khan, but they come with a condition. What is it? These rifles will not fire a single shot until the soldiers step onto the stairs. Promise? Yes, I promise. It's a fair condition. Now show me my rifles. Will you be able to keep your followers in check? Will they withstand the temptation? Do not worry. The discipline is iron hard around here. You go into the pit now. I doubt you'll manage to get through even a single facet. You'll see what you'll see. I'd like to hear your impressions afterwards. Very well, I'm going in. Within the Polyhedron. It appears to be constructed entirely out of paper and notes. The interior is built much like the exterior out of its own architecture, but here the architecture seems a lot more wild and unfettered. Constructed of itself, by itself. I can only hope that my words are not inherently meaningless as I try to describe what the Polyhedron is, but it is inherently exceptionally difficult to describe. There is no true way to understand it, not in full, not for one of us at any rate. It is composed of dreams, it is made of dreams, it is dream substance made real, which is itself a break in the laws of nature. But then again, is that not what man is most suited to do? To see the laws of nature writ upon stone and slowly learn to undo them? To break our limitations to become better and stronger than what we once were? Is that not how we've come so far? Man can now fly, where he once could not. Surely that is a break of the rules of nature.
This tower is Mom's gift.
Khan, what was that? What did you see? The magic lantern. Wow, That is actually a lot. Were you taught how to do this? No. So you didn't even see the mirrors? No. Still, where are all the tower dwellers? What do you mean, where? Behind the facets, in each other's daydreams and night dreams, often shared. Only those who have been pushed out wander the stairs. Pushed out? Some dreams threaten death and danger. If a child dies, they're pushed out onto the stairs. They can return in later, but it usually takes them a while to recover. Well, some of them do return to the stairs voluntarily, unable to withstand the emotional intensity. You sure you're not pulling my leg? You're a grown-up. You'll never be able to comprehend this. Adults see nothing inside. Why else would Peter Stamatin drink himself twire-eyed? This is why he's created the most magnificent sorcery there is, but even he can't see it. Can you imagine the torture he has to endure? Yes, it is excruciating. Goodbye, Khan. Thank you for bringing me back my childhood, if only for a moment. I've already forgotten what it's like. The roots of the town plunge themselves into the earth, and yet this one tower is its saviour. The Polyhedron is clear, but what is the nature of it? It appears as if it was built of a dream, a vision itself. Children do say that it can capture a reverie and make it reality. I wouldn't believe such a thing if I hadn't seen those paper constructions with my own eyes. Let's return to the surface. Oh god. And the harsh realities of the world make themselves very apparently clear. Fuck. I don't like it. Time is now 8:15 in the evening. This gives us a few more hours before the stage play is rehearsed. About 3 hours, in fact. Hopefully with those 3 hours we can make it back. It begins anew. I think I'll go and stay at Lara's house for the night, at least for a little bit, and then try and make it to the theatre. And that will conclude this day. And we will then be 3/4 through this game. Oh god. Shit. There are less plague districts, but each of them are so much worse now. Right. The robbers are rather bold and rather daring to try to take on the soldiers themselves. I always assumed it was a bad idea. Oof. Frame rate's dropping a little bit, and again I do apologise. I suspect that the reason for that is mostly okay. Rations. That'll do. Keeps going this evening at least. Nightfall. Yes, the game does not really like this area for frame rate right now. I suspect it's just due to the large numbers of people. And the fact that most of them have flamethrowers and can potentially use flame effects. Okay. My system's having a little bit of issues at the moment actually. I'm just going to reset the world briefly. Hopefully the actor going in and out of this door might calm things down a bit. It tries to load in too much all at once, it tends to have problems. Which I suppose is my own fault for playing on a laptop optimized system rather than a properly constructed gaming rig. Oh god.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
Oh, I think we came in just at the wrong time. But let's see what tonight's theatre show will show us. Let's try that one more time. There we go.
My orders were to destroy every building in this town and then to shoot everyone who survives the bombardment. The military only comes when there's nothing to fix anymore. I'm keen on breaking that habit, though. I know that the people that can change the course of the catastrophe have been working here for some time. We will only destroy the thing pointed at by a healer who can argue in favor of taking such action.
How about not shooting at all?
If we don't shoot anything at all, the consequences will be devastating. You wanted freedom of choice. So choose a massive shelling or a single pinpoint strike. One way or another, we'll put an end to this circus.
Rather telling of Block's opinions, I think. But also reassuring. Whoa, that's new. As we can see on the map, if we zoom out far enough, we get the bull, its organs. Vaguely, the shape of the town looks like a bull. The head, the horns of the Polyhedron, the body, back, the rump, the testicles, I presume, the forelegs, the hind legs. Perhaps this town is a living, breathing being after all. What would that imply of the burrowing into its flesh? What would that imply of the Polyhedron? These are answers for questions to which I do not yet know the answer. We'll find out soon. For now, I will leave us be, and we'll see you next time.